Welcome back. You're watching the morning news, and the latest coming in as far as the Gyanvapi case is concerned. It is going to be a crucial day today because the Varanasi District Judge Court is expected to pronounce a verdict on a petition that was filed by a section of the Hindu side seeking carbon dating of the disputed structure that they think is a Shivling. Remember, the Muslim side keeps saying that this was a fountain, but the Hindu side says this was part of the Kashi Vishwanath temple and is definitely a Shivling. Now, the petition is seeking carbon dating of that particular structure to establish just that. However, it was opposed by some of the Hindu litigants as well. They said that the demand is unwarranted and would involve mishandling of the sacred structure. The Muslim side too, as predicted, has opposed that petition, saying that the court first needs to ascertain the Advocate Commissioner's report to decide the exact nature of the place under this dispute, and only then can they decide to make a decision about this particular structure. Ananya, my colleague, is now joining us for more on this. And Ananya, we've seen some heated arguments being made in the Varanasi District Judge's Court as far as the Gyanvapi case is concerned. But today is going to be extremely crucial as far as the carbon dating order goes. It is something that the Muslim side has been vehemently opposing.
Well, definitely, Poonam, the Muslim side has been definitely opposing this petition of the Hindu side seeking a carbon dating of the structure that was found during the Advocate Commissioner survey. While the Hindu side claims it to be a Shivling, the Muslim side says it's a fountain. And in fact, though we have to remember that the Advocate Commissioner's report is a holds a very legal sanctity, but then there was nothing scientific attached to it, and carbon dating is exactly something scientific that could give a weight to what either of the side is saying. So when what happens basically in carbon dating is that the oxidation process of the rock or the particular structure is done, and then it is seen what is the archaeological age of that particular structure, which would definitely give a historical value to it, to which period did it belong to, and that would make things much more clearer. And that is why the Hindu side is actually seeking a carbon dating of this particular structure that was found during the Advocate Commissioner's survey. However, the Muslim side is saying that first the Advocate Commissioner's report's legal sanctity has to be looked into, and it has to be seen as to what would happen. But what is very crucial at this moment of juncture is that today the court had, in fact, on the last date of hearing, asked the Muslim side to give out its short submissions, a short note on what it wants to argue and what it has to say over this petition that has been filed by, in fact, the Hindu side. And today the court is very likely to pass on its orders with regards to whether a carbon dating is allowed into this particular case or not. While a very important concern that the Hindu side was actually raising at this particular point of time was that the carbon dating can actually damage that particular structure, because the process involves certain kind of procedures that might give a hindrance to this particular structure, which can be religiously hurtful to some of the people. So that was being looked into by the court, whether carbon dating is possible or not. There are other ways to, in fact, judge the archaeological age of the structure that could also be perceived into this particular case. But what is very crucial to note today is that what the Varanasi court would say when it actually considers the submissions from both the sides and what the order would be like. Poonam.
Absolutely. At about 2 p.m. is when we are expecting for that order to be pronounced. Ananya, for the moment, thank you so much for putting that in perspective for us and giving us a backgrounder of what's really to expect in court. We'll, of course, keep a track of all that and much more on this edition on CNN News 8.